1.
What is up? Welcome to the Next Guy Up podcast. This is Messing Around Monday. We are here on Monday. We have an awesome show for you. We have a packed show full of our press release. We have some news we're going to share with you. We have a trivia segment. We are going to test Messin and Tins. I am very excited to see how that one goes. They have no idea what it's going to be about. So that will be fun, I promise. And then coming out, we have a draft that we have been looking forward to for a long time. We are drafting favorite snacks to get on a road trip. So you go into a gas station on a road trip. What are you getting? That is going to be a very, very fun draft coming out of that one. So we have an awesome show. I am looking forward to what we've got going on. Before we get to that, last week, speaking of road trips, we had a memorable time recording this episode last week for a few reasons. One of them being Tinsley, who was kind of the host on our platform that we use, was driving back from Indianapolis, through the back roads of the Kentucky.
So what's fun, and I don't understand, and Mason knows because we've taken this trip before too.
Yep.
But there's not an interstate version of getting there, I guess. It's all Kentucky highways.
Yep. That would be correct.
It's the quickest way for sure. Yeah.
For some reason, it's the quickest way. And so I was the host and kept cutting in and out. And it just was an all-around disaster. So I just want to say shout out to the real Next Guy Up podcast fans, because if you listened to that episode last week, you deserve a sticker, a gold star, something.
We should really do something for our fans, like on social media, like if they reach out or something and say, you know what, I listened to episode so-and-so. What episode are we on? What was that episode?
This is 18.
So that would have been 16.
The big if they listen
next week. We should send them a sticker.
Yeah.
I know we didn't talk about this 16. Before. Well, a Next Guy Up podcast sticker, but I guess we could just make stickers that say I survived episode 16
on like little stickers.
Well, I have somebody that makes stickers, so I could. It doesn't have to be a handwritten with a Sharpie.
But it means more if it's handwritten, Mason.
And your signature.
It'll be worth a lot someday. Trust me.
No joke. If you're listening to this right now, I'll take care of all of this. If you're listening, reach out on social media that you listened to episode 16. Show some type of proof. Maybe make a comment or something. We'll send you a sticker that Zach wrote with a Sharpie saying, I survived episode 16, and he signed it.
We'll make that happen.
For sure.
I really will do that. I'm not kidding.
Well, during the episode, we didn't put out the YouTube version. We should have, but Tinsley basically froze, and we kept going through, pushing through, and then we just had to I called him and tried to do it through the phone through my mic
for the draft.
So it just did not work.
But we had another week to think on it to make some of our strategies. So this is going to be our best draft ever today. Best episode of all time. It's coming.
I like that. I agree. It's definitely. I got picks on picks because that's all I've been doing is road tripping. I did last weekend. I got one in not this week, but the next week, and I'll be taking the podcast stuff with me and recording in the hotel and not in the car.
We got all the road trips. I'm going to Indiana this week. Tinsley went to Indiana last week. Apparently, Indiana is a bumping place right now. I don't know why.
That's crazy.
Who goes to Indiana on purpose? I don't really know. I feel like the people that live there, they just broke down there. They were cutting through and they just broke down and they just decided to live there, and decided to make a living off of corn. So here we are. But
we got excited. Shout out to the Tennessee Vols for beating the Florida Gators last weekend. I'm going to manifest that. We're actually recording this on much earlier. So we're actually, this is Thursday night in the real world. So I have no idea what's going to happen on Saturday during the game, but I'm wearing my UT hat. I'm just manifesting that one.
So in the real world, by the way, not the fake world. He wanted to say in the real world.
We're living in fake podcast world right now. Yeah. I feel like I'm Michael Scott in the episode of The Office where he makes multiple videos for himself in the future, depending on what happens.
Yep.
This is me congratulating my future self on the Vols' victory. I will not post a video of me consoling my future self in the devastating case of a Tennessee Vols loss. We're just going to pretend that it's not going to happen ever. So, yeah, thank you, Mason. We're not even going to record that video.
That's right.
It's not happening
because it won't happen. Aliens exist, but UT losing to Florida this weekend doesn't exist.
Nope,
so
can't happen. So shout out to the Vols for the big win this weekend. Joe Milton Heisman campaign is back up after his 12 touchdowns he threw. So great work.
Hey, save it for the sports pod, Zach. What are you
doing? I'm sorry.
We talk about
so excited about the Vols win. Okay, so we're getting into a press release. Let's go ahead and jump into that. Mason, here you have a fire press release for the week.
I do. According to Coca-Cola, artificial intelligence is the future. Coca-Cola announced on September 12th that they will launch a flavor created by AI technology. Coca-Cola Y3000 is billed as the first futuristic flavored co-created with human and artificial intelligence. If you see, I'm as creeped out with AI. You can basically copy anybody's like voice and make them sing a funny song. AI is like become this huge thing that, to be honest, is kind of scary. Did we not see iRobot and some of these where like robots take over? But anyways, I'm getting off topic. The taste of the Y3000 beverage was a two-step process. First, researchers at the Coca-Cola collected key flavor preferences and trends to understand what consumers imagine and think the future tastes like. First of all, how can you get the taste of future in a bottle? Maybe Coca-Cola figured it out. Second, that information was crunched by Coke AI system, artificial intelligence system, to help develop flavor profiles and pairings. So we're getting a new Coca-Cola soda that was created by humans with the AI intelligence basically incorporated in there. Wow. So riveting stuff there.
That's crazy stuff right there. Do you know
I will say,
what humans created with nothing from AI? Baja Blast.
It's true.
All of the greatest soda of our generation, no AI needed for that. Only humans.
Coca-Cola is struggling so much, they needed artificial intelligence to help them. You would be correct, Zach. And that is my press release. Coca-Cola, who knew?
Who even knew? All right. I have a press release coming from a couple work. I feel like this press release is a perfect love story, if you could say that, between our two podcasts. We have press release. We have our Mess Around Mondays. We shouted out Taylor Swift a few weeks ago, and her stadium tour and the things she's doing there. Also, we have a sports podcast. Big news come out this week about Taylor Swift and her love life. She has apparently been in some, at least minor dating talks with one Travis Kelce, who, fun fact, did not play last weekend for the Kansas City Chiefs. And
what a shame.
What a shame.
And he lost yesterday to the Jags, so that was interesting. Speaking it into existence, he lost yesterday to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Sucks for the Chiefs.
Just a couple thoughts here. First of all, it's pretty big news. Taylor Swift has another kind of famous for dating people and then writing songs about them after the fact. So looking forward to that one, to that song. Will be fun. Also, I saw a couple of like funny tweets about this. This is not really a news story. Maybe it's more of like a pop culture type deal. This person's tweet quoted the words from the song 15 by Taylor Swift. In your life, you'll do things greater than dating the boy on the football team. So shout out to Taylor. She's getting away from her roots. You know, I also remember the music video, You Belong With Me, where she, had that one actually, I guess she does get together with the football player in that one, doesn't she? I don't remember. I mean, I shouldn't talk about Taylor Swift stuff. This is not a good place for me to be in this podcast.
Zach Durham breaking down Taylor Swift videos. Loving it.
But isn't the video where she was like a nerd, and then she had like the signs in the window with like the QB of the football team? Remember that?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're
You
right.
Belong With Me. It was a pretty famous music video, came out back in the day. It was like an early YouTube thing.
We're definitely not making fun of the Swifties, right?
No, listen, I'm just saying. Thank you, Mason. See, I think maybe she's just come full circle. You know, she started off making about getting with the football guy. Now she's doing it. You know, first football guy. Maybe that's what she needed in her life. Shout out to Taylor Swift, hugely successful. She's doing great things. So, you know, all the best for them. Just Travis Kelce, if it starts affecting his on the field performance, Patrick Mahomes will murder you.
Well, it did affect his performance last week when he dropped 4 passes against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Amen, Mason. Amen. I'm hoping
pretty
for
upsetting
big distractions off the field for one Mr. Travis Kelce.
Is she going to be like on the sideline?
Probably.
Crazy.
She was on the sideline. What are you talking about? We all saw her. They had the cameras there and everything. But let's be real. Let's be serious right now. Okay? Let's be serious. Which we have been this whole time.
Right.
But the next album is going to be, besides Gronk, is he not the biggest like bro on the football field? So he's got his beard. He's like super, like, I don't know. He's got a TV series out about himself. He's like the big bro.
That's Jason.
It's the Kelce family. It's the Kelce family. He's got a podcast. Jason's got a podcast, but they're doing a Kelce family.
Oh, they're doing a family? I thought I knew Jason has like an Amazon Prime documentary that I won't be watching.
They're doing both of them. It's like the brothers as like a combine, and then the mom's involved. It's a family. But anyways, I'm just going to say this next album is going to be interesting because he is an interesting character. So get ready for it. But Kelce, do better because your team lost against the Jags. So, but yeah, good stuff, Zach.
Thank you, Mason. What a conversation. All right, Tins, what do you got? Wrap it up.
All right. So wrapping up the press release here, I was scrolling the Twitter and Instagrams when I switched back and forth between the two. And I saw a preview for the new Goosebumps TV series. Now, I grew up a huge fan of the Goosebumps book series. It's about the only books I'd ever read in school. And so that's all I was a big reader guy. No, not really. It was a hard time for
a football team.
Yeah, I didn't have to read, so I just read Goosebumps.
Thousands of rushing yards, yeah.
That's what thousands of rushing yards will do for you. So I honestly want to say, and this is sad, that I think Goosebumps is probably the last book I ever read. I didn't read any books in high school. I just would Sparks Notes.
Yep, me too. Same.
So I think the last book I had to read, and that's so sad saying that out loud. So anyway,
you should live stream Tins reading a Goosebumps book.
Yes, please. Ooh. I'll pay for that. I have a worse story. I pretended to read the Lemony Snicket's series of unfortunate events. I pretended that I was reading that. I did not enjoy reading, so I would pretend that I read that book.
Like smart,
like I was reading. Yeah. Well, it's cool. Everybody's reading.
Impressed the girls in your class? They're like,
I don't know what it was. Just trying to make it look like I read.
Sure,
that's what it was.
Could have picked something cooler than that.
I know you're right. Like, it was not a good movie, by the way.
Prejudice or
Jim Carrey's worst movie. Well, no, he had a ton of horrible movies. Never mind. I can't.
What are you talking about?
Jim Carrey was in
Jim Carrey.
He was in Series of Unfortunate Events.
Mason picks just very random people that
he was. He was in the movie.
Yeah,
he was in the movie. That is correct.
And he's a horrible actor.
What a take from Mason. My
There's
goodness
some
gracious.
about penguins in a apartment. Good movie, guys. Who saw that?
Sandra Bullock's
Yes,
never made
okay.
a bad movie before.
Mason,
Never in her life.
you've named like two of his most insignificant movies he's ever made.
I can name 18 more because they were all insignificant.
Okay, name another one.
I take that back. The only good one was The Grinch, and it's because he was
It's the only good
the
movie.
Grinch. Yeah.
You're not a fan of
Bruce Almighty
Ace Ventura,
garbage. No.
Ace Ventura movies?
Overrated.
The
It
Mask?
was funny during its time. Not good. Keep them rolling.
Dumb and Dumber?
Nobody thought that was funny. It was a dumb funny. Please help me out.
You're digging yourself. You're digging yourself a grave right now.
Yeah, I'm a big Jim Carrey guy.
You're on the cliff by yourself, and you're ready to just jump over.
Apparently, you're not a fan of good acting, so.
Apparently, Mason has never liked anything Jim Carrey has ever done. Is what he says.
The Grinch. I said The Grinch.
So somebody come after him, please. Just wreck
That'll
his
be
life.
going straight to the TikTok.
Hot takes with Mason. My goodness.
So
how did we get here?
I don't know how we got here, Mason. You went from reading to Series of Unfortunate Events to Jim Carrey is the worst actor on earth. I don't know how you got there.
Well, him and Will Ferrell.
Digging a hole. Oh, okay. Whew, we got to stop.
Boy. All right, so Goosebumps. Goosebumps, the new TV series will be coming out October 13th. Spooky season.
There was a movie, right? There was a movie with Jack Black.
Yeah, but this is Hulu's making this, and it's also going to be on Disney Plus. So it's going to be from the preview. It looks like it's going to be pretty good. So I'm excited to check it out. It'll be a nice weekly series to kind of put on and maybe get a little scared. I don't know. See what happens. See how true to the books they hold.
And during Halloween season. Because Haunted Mansion did their release like in the summer. I feel like you should always do.
Weird, I
also, no one watched it in the whole world.
Should always go during Halloween season. Yeah,
pretty much no one. Okay, so we have going into the back half of our pod today. We have a couple things going on. We're going to do a little trivia, and I've tried to link it up with this this road trip kind of theme. Kind of rounding out our summer road trip vibes. You know, this is people. We've been on a lot of trips lately. Tinsley just took this trip to Indianapolis. Mason's also taking a road trip this week in Indiana. I recently went to Colorado and the Rockies, and we drove around a bunch there. And so we are going to honor that with this road trip draft. But before we get there, I have a little game we're going to play. It's really a competition between Mason and Tins. And so here is how the competition is going to work. We are going to play a game where we go through the alphabet, and you have to name a state that starts with that letter. And we're going to go back and forth and see if we can get through the entire alphabet. Now, I'll tell you, there are some letters that do not have a state. I will tell you when those are, and we'll just skip over it. Do we understand the rules of the game?
I'm ready, Bob.
Yes.
Mason?
Yeah.
You feel
so
good?
We're going alphabetical order states.
Yeah, I'll kind of help you through it. It's pretty easy concept.
Okay.
So I think there's about 6 that we're gonna skip. So it's about 20 states you have to name total, but you have to go in order by letter. So you're gonna go back and forth. So Mason will do the first one, then Tins, and then back to Mason. So it's got to be kind of quick.
Is it
if
so
I feel like you're
A
taking
and
too
then
long?
So A and then I go A again, or I go to B?
No, then you go to the next letter, which there are no
Okay.
B's.
I thought. Well, there's several A's. So
there are several A's. Sure. This is true. I think this might be really easy. I don't know. We're gonna see what happens.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. All right, Mason, you're gonna start off. A.
Alaska.
Okay, no B's. Tins. C.
California.
Mason. D.
Delaware.
Ooh, no E's. Tins. F.
Florida.
Mason. G.
Georgia.
Tins. H.
H. Hawaii.
Good. Mason. I.
Idaho.
Bunch of I's. Tins. No J's. So K.
Kansas.
Good. Mason L.
Louisiana.
Here you go. Tins M. Lots of
M.
M's.
Minnesota.
Yeah, there's like 8 M's. Mason N.
Nebraska.
Lots of N's as well. Tins O.
Oregon.
Good. Mason P.
Pennsylvania.
No Q's. Tins R.
Rhode Island.
Ooh, good. Mason S.
South Carolina.
Tins T.
T. Tennessee. Sorry, that was such a blank.
Mason
Utah.
Yeah.
Utah.
Tins V.
Vermont.
Good. Last one. Mason W.
Wyoming.
That's it. We did it.
Oh, we don't start over?
Do you want to start over?
No, we don't have to because we'll end up. But we didn't say Alabama.
Repeat. No, you didn't. No, I was just doing one letter at a time. That was pretty good.
Tennessee.
Except for the Tennessee one or Texas.
I have a huge T back here.
Boy,
I'll be honest with you, boys. There was a big long touchdown over here. I was keeping it on the side of my eye. I was trying to see if it was my guy. It was not.
We're doing this Thursday night football, if anyone's curious. So,
yeah.
That's pretty fun. That's pretty good. Shout out to Mason and Tins.
We are out here.
So, we're gonna get into our draft here. We have some. I am going to tell you our stipulations for what we are drafting today. So there will be 5 picks total. One of them is a drink of any kind. One of them is a chip of any kind. One of them is going to be something like a gummy of sorts. So 2 different types of candies, a gummy candy, and then the other one is like a chocolate of some sort, a chocolate candy. And then we also have a wild card coming in. It can be whatever you want at the gas station. So this is things that you might buy at the gas station while you're on a road trip. Lots of options out there. I think this is going to be a fun one. So let me get the random generator out and see what our order is going to be.
Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop. Beep, boop,
beep, bop, bop, bop.
Okay, Tin's number?
2.
All right, Mason, number?
1.
All right, looks like I'm number 3 then. And so our first overall pick is going to be Mason. Shout out. Wow. Second pick will be Tins, and I will be rounding out third then on the turn.
I feel like this is the order a lot, man. This computer randomizer.
Sitting first, and he just has, he's become kind of famous for tough first overall picks, and so we'll see if today is, if we follow that trend, and we'll see what happens. So,
and I don't know why, but I get a lot of hate for my first overall picks, and today I'm breaking the streak of.
We need to make a list of all of Mason's first overall picks
and just put them into a document.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty
just
good.
Write them down. Have a list. All right,
So,
Mason, number 1.
I feel like you got to go wild card here. And you got to go with something hearty, something that could basically be a meal. You got your chips, you got your peanuts, you got your whatever, and you need something hearty.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with a gas station hot dog. On the roller, the constant rolling, hot and ready. You get to make it. They usually have the relish and the mustard. And
my gosh.
And if
the
you're
really
driving,
hard bun.
It's
Mason,
toasted.
When was the last time you had a gas station hot dog?
It was this year.
And felt like it was a good decision.
Did you feel good afterwards? Did you feel...
I did.
Oh, yeah, I feel great.
What? Yeah.
Very interesting pick there, Mason.
After I took some Pepto, I was feeling good. I'm going to go gas station hot dog.
Okay. Very interesting.
It's hot and ready. You're all going to pick candy that's not warm and nothing. It's not hearty.
Candy is not warm usually. That's true.
I'm just saying this is warm and ready to go.
What about a gas station?
Eat it with one hand. That's my pick.
Okay. It's very interesting pick, Mason. I think we continue to trend.
Thank you.
I'd like to add it to the list. All right, Tins. What do you got?
I'm gonna go ahead and go with my gummy candy, and I'm gonna
Okay.
go Sour Patch watermelons. Now I'm a big Sour Patch Kid fan as well, not to say
Okay.
picks or anything, but I think the watermelons are more consistent. So you don't
Yeah.
get that random yellow one where you're like, oh, didn't want that while you're
You don't like the
driving.
lemon?
I don't know. Feel like people hate on the lemon. I personally
I don't
like the
like a
lemon.
lemon.
I
Yeah.
don't like the orange one that much or the green one, to be
Hmm.
honest.
Interesting.
But
What about the red one?
so it's goaded.
Mason, how do you feel about the red one?
Love them. They're my favorite.
For anybody that doesn't know, Mason is allergic to red 40 and cannot eat
It's true.
anything with a red dye in it. So
Yeah.
it's a
Well,
joke
it might
because
be a yellow dye.
it's a joke because it would kill him.
Thank you, Zach.
He wouldn't die. He'd just throw up. He's fine.
You've all been
Happened
around me
before.
when I've thrown up. Yes, you've all seen it.
One of the first times I ever met Mason, threw up in my house.
It's
Shout
true.
out.
That did happen. I'm trying to remember what I ate that day.
All right,
Okay, go
Terrence.
ahead.
Great work. Watermelon, Sour Patch Kid. So coming up on the turn, then number 3, I'm also going to go a wild card. I think there's a lot of options out there for chips. I think there's a lot of options out there for our candies. I think those things are going to be around. And so with my number 3 overall pick, I am taking my personal favorite gas station snack, which is in my wild card position, ranch flavored sunflower seeds. They're great for snacking on while you're on the road. They last a long time. You can just throw them in, have them in your mouth while you're driving. It keeps you busy. It gives you something to do. Chew on some sunflower seeds. You just mow through like a whole bag, and then your mouth is like all
Destroyed.
scarred and destroyed because you just eat an entire bag full of sunflower seeds. But it's worth it because you got to drive. Fun. I love the ranch flavor. I also like traditional. I like barbecue flavored. I like some of the weird ones, but I think ranch is usually my go-to, my favorite one. So that's where I'm at. Pick number 3. Pick on the turn for my second pick. I do have a couple of options here. A lot of options, actually. But I think I'm going to go with my gut. I'm going to go with gummy, and I'm going to hit. I take that back. I'm not a coward. I'm going chips, and I'm going Flaming Hot Cheetos.
Dadgummit.
I'm going Flaming Hot Cheetos. Again, Mason would die, but I am taking them. My favorite chip overall. It's just like I love the Cheeto, the crunch of it. A lot of bang for your buck. The flavor is great. There's a reason why they're just ultra popular and have been for a long time. They're not going anywhere. Flaming Hot Cheetos, incredible. Also, you guys read the story about the Flaming Hot Cheeto with the guy who created it? And then all of it. There was like a movie about it, I think, that came out on Netflix. He, this random like janitor or something came up with a recipe for Flaming Hot Cheetos because like from his family and stuff, and then he put it together. Anyways, great story.
Well, that guy's my hero because
that's why it's my pick. Flaming Hot Cheetos.
I tend to be snacking on them before we start the podcast every week.
Yeah.
I didn't this week. I actually have a bag of Sour Patch watermelons over here. Great pick, Zach.
Makes sense.
I was going to take that next right here because I knew if you let it get by you twice, I couldn't let it get back to you. And I knew Mason couldn't take it because they'd kill him.
He would die.
True.
So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take drink. This is a big category, but I think for me, soda makes me have to pee really bad, and then I'm having to stop way too much.
Mm-hmm.
Energy drinks don't have this effect on me for some reason, and I like to just sip. I like to just sip on an energy drink these days.
Right.
So I'm gonna go
Classy.
the white sugar-free Monster. It's nice. It's solid. It pairs well with any kind of gummy snack or chips. So whatever chip I eventually get. Because, I could have picked like a different kind of energy drink that's got like a really fruity flavor. It tastes delicious. But that's not going to taste good with chips or If I'm Messin, I have a hot dog for some reason from a gas station. It's been sitting out since 4 a.m. and it's 8 p.m. the next day. So I'm gonna go the white. I'm gonna go the white.
I feel like I messed up.
Monster.
Sugar-free. It's healthy for you.
Yeah, like no calories. It's no practically
calories?
a health drink. Yeah, it's like drinking water.
Don't you worry. I'm gonna redeem myself.
All right, Messin.
All right. So for my second pick, I'm gonna go chip as well. I feel like a whole lot of people aren't gonna agree with this, but it's my favorite, so I can't pass up on it. And that's gonna be the Funyuns.
Oh, Messin!
I love.
He's the worst draft of all time.
Are you kidding me,
dude? I'm not riding in a car if you're eating Funyuns and gas station hot dogs. You can drive your own self somewhere.
No. He's custom making the worst draft.
Seriously, I was gonna go.
You just said no one's gonna like this, and then you said it, and then you were surprised when we were like,
like you thought we were gonna stick up for your pick.
Great pick, Messin. Love it,
Thank you.
Of all the chips in the entire world.
All right, my number 2. Are we ready?
This is your third pick overall.
Oh, number 3. Yeah, I'm sorry. And number 3rd overall pick is going to be my sweet, and it's going to be Airheads.
Your gummy?
Yeah, my gummy, sorry. Okay. Airheads. Those are good, right? You can take 2 of them and twist them together.
All right, Tim. We have a
They have a mystery flavor.
Win this one, I think.
I swear.
He's just throwing it away.
If I don't beat Messin on the poll, these people have something against me.
You know what? Everybody vote for me.
Airheads of all the gummy candy. Messin.
You can take 2 of them and twist them together. It's a cheat code.
Of what?
A flavor blast in your mouth.
I get that you're like handicapped because you can't eat red stuff, but this is not the route to take, though. There's lots of gummy candies out there. You can just say pick out the red ones. We'll give it to you.
We would let you.
There's red,
at this point.
Red Airheads.
Pick around the red ones. That's fine.
Really?
Oh, Messin.
Anything.
Can I take it back?
No, it's too late.
No,
we're pushing through.
You have to just round out the bad draft at this point.
Yeah, at this point, this is the equivalent of the Cleveland Browns drafting Brandon Weeden and Trent Richardson.
You're like the Cardinals, just finish the tank and then be done with it.
This is bad. All right,
that's my pick. I'm sticking to it.
Okay,
stick to my guns.
At this point, you do whatever you want.
I think what if last place in the previous draft gets to be draft first in the next one? It's like
it's not good. I can't draft first.
Yeah, we want you to pick first.
Maybe you get to pick if you're last place. You get to
where
pick
I
where
want
you
to
draft.
pick.
Yeah.
No, that's a reward.
Yeah, it is. It's like what the NFL does. Worst teams get the best draft picks. You got to boost them up.
Airheads are good. I don't care who you are. Okay,
right,
go ahead.
Airheads are good, guys.
All right, yeah, there's the top tier candy right there. I'm gonna go ahead and take. I'm falling apart here. The chocolate, is chocolate a thing or was it wild card?
It's
chocolate is a thing.
Its own
chocolate's one of them.
Thing.
I got you rattled. That's how good my draft is.
Reese's Cup.
Oh, dead. Slap it. That was my next pick.
Yeah, I know it was, Zach. So there's one of the best things about doing road trips with Zach is we like all the same snacks, so we just load up and then we just steal each other's stuff all the time.
Next pick. Shoot.
Well, you know what? No one's stealing my snacks.
That is true, Messin. You have to worry about that. No sniping picks from Messin today.
All right, good pick.
Okay, good pick.
Thank you.
Okay, so I have some candies to wrap up here. I'm going to take gummy candy next. We are going with your traditional sour gummy worms. I do like a Sour Patch Kid as well. They're great, but I also like a gummy worm. A little bit of a different consistency, a little more chewy. So I love a gummy worm. That's gonna be my gummy candy. I really do eat. I ate a good bit of gummy worms on my Colorado trip. That's not
Are
just
you doing like the trolley ones, like the sour gummy worms, or
yes, sour gummy. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Sour gummy worms. Regular gummy worms. A little
no?
bit of a psychotic situation. Mason, I bet Mason eats or
I
eats a
bet
regular gummy worm.
Mason loves regular gummy worms.
Wow. Thanks a lot, guys.
I'm
Thanks
just
a
kidding,
lot.
Mason. I'm just kidding. Do you actually eat gummy worms without sour on them?
No. Well, so here's the thing. When I was a kid, we used to have punch that had the gummy worms in it, and it was the
Right.
regular ones. And that was
People put it on like
that was
frozen yogurt sometimes and junk. It's
like
kind of
ice cream.
weird.
Dirt pudding is a thing, and you put the gummy worms in
Right.
there. Yeah. So that's not entirely a psychotic situation.
But people just eat them just like for fun out of the bag.
Well, that is, but I'm saying if they go with something like the dirt
Right.
pudding, I
Okay.
feel like that's
Okay.
not. It's like a combo thing.
Yeah,
It's
sure. Could be worse, I
Okay.
guess.
Thank you.
Okay.
Could definitely be worse.
I see that.
It could be Funyuns as my second overall pick. Worse.
That is true.
Don't forget about the hot dogs. That was pretty bad too. I can't wait to see what you do next.
Okay, so I have chocolate I'm taking here. Tins really messed me up. But I will recover. I'm going to go with a Twix bar for my chocolate. Twix bar, I don't know. It's one of those. It's not too fancy. It's kind of like a Reese's cup to me. You know, Reese's is chocolate and peanut butter. Twix is chocolate and caramel. You got a nice little crunch with the cookie in there. It's very traditional, very simple, very easy, but it's hard to mess up. Never misses. Twix. It's a great chocolate bar. Go to.
Probably a little easier to eat while you're driving too.
Sure. Yeah.
To be honest, I mean,
just
the
like
Reese's
a hot dog.
You're not making the hot dog happen. We're not joining you on the hot dog, brother.
The ketchup and the relish drowned out the
Mason,
8-hour-old. Okay,
I like gas station food. I'm a guy who's not scared of eating at a gas station. I will not touch anything on the rollers.
Why?
Ever.
It's hot. It's fresh and ready.
If it would have been gas station like pizza slices, I think I would be more with you than gas station hot dogs.
Okay.
Yep.
Well,
yep.
I stand by my pick.
He stands by.
You
all right,
Tins. Did you take two? You got chocolate and
I got
the
gummy worms.
Oh yeah.
Twix.
Okay.
All
right, sorry. I'm lost in the sauce here today. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and take my chips here, and I'm going to go with Cool Ranch Doritos. Solid. Nothing to write home about.
Dorito.
If I can't
I've
have
never
a
eaten one and
hot
been
Cheeto.
disappointed. Yeah.
Never gonna do you wrong, but never gonna blow your socks off.
It's a safe pick.
Great pick.
It's nice and safe. It can't hurt me. It can't upset my stomach like like a hot dog or something.
I feel like I'm being attacked. So here's the thing.
Uh-oh.
I understand if this gets rejected, but we did say chocolate. I'm going to go Flip's chocolate covered pretzels. I feel like that should be counted.
That's
a
fine.
Twix bar
Mason,
has a cookie in it.
I'm not worried about Mason's draft at this point, so send it through.
Have it.
Yeah, done messed up. You're not worried? Well, I'm coming back.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
And then I'm gonna finish.
Can't wait to hear this drink right here.
Ice cold Dr. Pepper. You can't go wrong with a Dr. Pepper.
Great pick, Mason.
Great.
To wash down the hot dogs.
Your stomach is not having a good time at all.
Well, that's it. Next time we go on a road trip, I'll get this exact same menu.
All 5 of these things, and I just want to watch you eat it.
We'll probably have to stop like 5 times afterwards, but that's fine. Maybe it's just like a road trip to Crossville or something. It's just like 45 minutes away. Because if it's an 8-hour trip, that's going to be a long. That 8 hours turned to 10 hours. You know what? I stand by my picks.
He stands
We
by
know.
it, guys. Oh, he stands by it. All right, Tins. Last pick.
All right, wild card. There's a couple of different things I could go with here, but I think that I'm going to go, and Zach said it earlier, I'm going to go with the gas station slice of pizza.
Solid.
Nice pepperoni slice of pizza. I'm mostly thinking of like a Hunt's Brothers gas station. Those are solid. They're $2. It gets you till you get to the city you're traveling to that have an actual meal.
Right.
So
It's
I'm
a
gonna
holdover for sure. Yeah.
just
Not
a
a meal
little holdover.
replacement, but a holdover. I agree.
So I'll take that. I love me some a gas station slice of pizza any day of the week.
Love it. Love it. All right, last pick. Here's where I'm at. I have my drink left, and this is my actual drink of choice. If I am on a road trip, I'm also going energy drink route. I am going with an orange dreamsicle rain. Love a rain. A little bit heavy on the caffeine side. Might get you a little bit jacked up. But if you're driving and you're getting sleepy, everybody else in the car is kind of starting to doze off, or if you're really late at night and your passenger is just playing on their phone instead of keeping you awake, and you're threatening to drive off the road when you're dozing off, rain can really help you out of that situation. Quick shout out to Matthias for almost getting all this spilled at about 3 a.m. on the way to Washington, D.C. whenever I was falling asleep at the wheel. Just kidding. That was probably mostly my fault. But if I had a rain in my hand, that wouldn't have happened. You know? So it keeps you awake.
Zach just said that he fell asleep at the wheel, and then he wants to blame somebody else.
Listen, if you're on a road trip, the passenger has to, whoever's in the passenger seat is responsible for two things: keeping the driver awake and being the DJ.
My brother's minding his own business.
Navigating. Yeah. Listen, if your driver's falling asleep, only one person's at fault. It's passenger.
Yep.
I stand
with Zach on this one. Because when we were driving back from our cruise and everyone in the van was asleep and I had to drive alone for 2 hours and it was not fun. And so tough. I was like, when we stopped, I said, everybody wake it up or I'm going to wreck us all.
And then we did a bunch of concept drafts to
prepare for the
including
pod.
This one probably, actually.
Probably.
All right. Do we want to run down our list really fast?
I would love to.
All right, Mason, you go first.
Hot dog with relish and mustard.
Oh,
I didn't say that part.
Making it worse somehow.
Funyuns.
Crinkled up over the top of his hot dog. It's like a garnish.
Airheads. Twist them. You got the mystery flavor in there. Twist them up. And then the flips.
What flavors
pretzels,
can you even have of Airheads?
The blue and the mystery one. The blue, and then they have a green one. So white, red.
It's just the
green
color.
And blue.
So as long as there's not a red color, he's fine.
Yeah,
that's true. So
and you just twist them up. The flips, pretzels, and Dr. Pepper. Top notch.
Wild stuff.
It's a notch, all right. I don't know if it's the top.
Your top three or something.
I went Sour Patch Kids watermelons,
right?
White Monster, Cool Ranch Dorito, Reese Cup, and gas station pepperoni pizza.
Solid. All right, I went ranch flavored sunflower seeds, Flamin' Hot Cheetos. We have our sour gummy worms, Twix bar, and orange dreamsicle rain.
Now I will say I like Zach's draft, but the sunflower seed Flamin' Hot Cheeto combo with with the sour gummy worms, his mouth is going to be having a hard time.
Listen, you don't have to eat it all at once. I'm in it for the long haul. We're thinking road trip here. You know,
you're right.
Sunflower seeds are more of a long game. You're pacing yourself.
What's the cereal that's known for like destroying your mouth?
The original Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch. Why don't you just draft that one as well, Zach, since that's your trend?
Well, you might as well, Mason. Why don't you take it with your Funyun?
Is that the quote of the day? Take it with your Funyuns?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't know till like a couple years ago that there's not a G in Funyuns. I would say Fungans.
Wow.
So there you go.
Well,
That
there's
was free.
I think that was a great podcast. Great podcast.
Thank you, everybody.
Great draft.
Thank you for your votes. I'm glad I won this draft.
If you win this draft, I call collusion.
There's no hope in this world. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and that's a wrap. So great job, everybody. I'm going to close this out by saying, please vote on all social medias for who won this draft. Like, subscribe, comment, and just let us know how we're doing. If we want to change anything, like let us know on social media. We'll be up for it. Reach out if you want a sticker. We can do that as well. And listen to our Friday episode where we break down all things sports and football and betting. So thank you, everybody, for listening to our podcast. We appreciate our fans, and we look forward to next Friday's episode.
Let's get it.
Great job, everyone.